Well, even after meeting with the president of Mexico yesterday, President Obama is rejecting the idea of arming U.S. agents who are helping south of the border. This despite the murder of Immigration and Customs agent Jaime Zapata 3 weeks ago. Zapata and his partner were ambushed in northern Mexico. They were unarmed, their attackers fully loaded, and basically they didn't stand a chance. Now critics are asking why the president is not doing more to protect agents like Agent Zapata. Joining me now, radio host Chris Plant and Democratic strategist Bernard Whitman, who is also a former pollster for President Bill Clinton. All right, guys, thanks for being here. So there had been a suggestion that President Obama might press Felipe Calderon when he came for a revised policy to let our agents, Chris, carry firearms south of the border when we're helping Mexico. But he didn't do it. In fact, President Obama came out and was very frank yesterday saying it's not going to happen. It's not the policy. We'll look at protocols. We'll revise procedures, but no guns for our agents south of the border.
Well, unfortunately, it's perfectly consistent with this administration's approach to almost everything. I mean, with our one hand tied behind the back rules of engagement in Afghanistan, I'm not at all surprised that they're sending our people into harm's way in Mexico, where, after all, the body count is just shocking in the tens of thousands in this drug war.
Over 34,000 people.
And in Juarez alone, one city, 6,800 killed in the last 2 years in this drug war. And we're sending our people down into the middle of it, men and women. We're not asking them to be brave. We're asking them to do something irrational here. Now, this is essentially a war. It's not that the entire country of Mexico is a war zone, but they've unleashed the military in Mexico to deal with this problem of the cartels. The cartels are using AK-47s. They're paramilitary forces. And we're sending our guys in without so much as a 9mm semi-automatic handgun just to protect themselves. I mean, if we can't trust our own law enforcement officials with firearms, then what are we doing instead?
Trusting? What about it, Bernard? Because we're going down there, we're helping them. It's not like there's any real danger of U.S. agents unleashing on Mexican law enforcement.
Right.
We're helping them. Why not arm them?
Well, listen, Megan, I agree. First and foremost, my thoughts and prayers go out to Agent Zapata's family. But I don't take Chris's broadside against the administration. Let's deal with the case in point. The situation down in Mexico is a complete disaster, 34,000 dead in 4 years. Obviously, we need to be down there helping the Mexicans. They need it. They can't do it on their own. And frankly, given the fact that the supply is down there, but the demand side of the equation is mostly up here, I think we have a responsibility to do that. Now, having said that, I absolutely believe that in these situations where there is so much risk and potential harm that can come to our agents, we do have to create exceptions. I understand that most countries wouldn't want foreign nationals, law enforcement agencies to have weapons, but certain exceptions do need to be made in cases like this where agents' lives are at risk. And in fact, they're being made currently. In Guatemala, DEA agents, some are allowed to have weapons, and in 1 year, because they were allowed to engage in big operations where they needed to protect themselves, and they were able to do so, they cut the number of drug smuggling flights by light aircraft by 90%.
That's an interesting point.
In a year.
That's the thing. You know, Chris, I need a quick answer, but I have to ask you, A, would you go down there to help unarmed? And B, I know our guys are there in an advisory capacity, but it's a dangerous place. The other argument is, though, once the Mexican drug cartels know our guys are all armed, does the violence against them go up?
Well, right now, what we've announced to them and what we continue to announce to them is that we're not armed down there, and we're not going to be armed down there. One has been killed. There's blood in the water. It is mayhem down there. And to send our people down unarmed, again, goes beyond bravery. It goes into foolishness.
Bernard, quickly, why isn't President Obama bending on this at all then?
Look, I think that in the larger context of the Mexican relationship, he wasn't willing to take that on. We did sign a big accord to increase trucking and help grow jobs in between the two countries.
Yeah, we should have used that as a hammer.
But I agree. He should have used that and said, you know what, we've got to create some special exceptions. It's not going to be broad. It's not going to be large. But there do have to be cases where our agents can protect themselves.
Well, they say they're looking at procedures and protocols for how better to protect our agents, and that's how it stands now. Gentlemen, thank you both so much.
Thank you.